Well, they came down from the mountains and in from the hills to drink at Willie Smith's and to have their fill. For the word had got around the traps, through the mouths of the pickers it was said, that if you had any more than 3 of Smithy's apples, well, you'd end up off your head. Now, for no apparent reason, the apples had started to ferment on the trees. The birds, they had the staggers, also unable to fly with the wasps and bees. There was much merriment be had by the workers as they relieved the trees of their fruit. There was frolicking and giggles from the long grass. All pickers had a wobbly boot. Now, it was obvious the fruit couldn't go to market for the fear that kids may get pissed, but Willie, he had a press, and away to this they were whisked. Now, all those that had apple orchards would often put into cider or bin or two, but to have a whole crop of such apples were what was will to do. For to find a keg here and there to fill had never been a problem in any previous year, but to lose a drop of this already potent brew, well, Smithy was close to shedding a tear. So around the grove every keg was gathered, every available jug and dish, but as the golden nectar kept flowing, Will got on his hands and knees and uttered up a wish. And a vision came to him that night, though crazy yet did seem, but it was obviously a direction from heaven, not just something wild that he had dreamed. So the next day all the workers were gathered. The new barn was relieved of all its hay. The doors and windows were boarded up, and over the floor did cloth and tar they laid. And up a ladder to the loft went Will to look down upon his now newly constructed vat. And as he seen the last drop fill the barn to the brim, at each door was a guard dog sat. And then just after the right amount of time, it was declared that the brew could be drunk, but should only be done by the thimbleful, unless you wanted to end up like a skunk. Now you may think this story all cock and bull, but I tell you it ain't no lie. There is many old timers round here that could confirm it, but most by now, well, they would have died. They say it took near 10 years to drain the barn. Willie Smith's cider became a legend of the Apple Isle, the best cider that there ever was, and it still will be for a long, long while. Yeah, we came down from the mountains and in from the hills to drink Willie Smith's cider and to have our fill. Cheers.